The Octonauts and the Great Ghost Reef. It was a clear and sunny day under the tropical sea. Captain Barnacle Bear was testing his snorkel. Peso Penguin was shampooing Claudius. Tune-Up was packing a picnic basket. Dashy Dog was picking out sunglasses. Tweak Bunny was changing a spark plug. Dr. Shellington was modeling his new swimsuit. Quasi Kitten was taking a cat nap. Professor Inkling was studying his travel guide. Alert! Alert! The crew quickly assembled in the Aquapod headquarters to find Professor Inkling frantically pointing to the eerie landscape outside. "Octonauts," the small Dumbo octopus exclaimed. "We're all excited about our vacation to the Great Reef City, but something particular has transpired." "Well, shiver me timbers. Everything is white." Quasi puzzled out loud. "This place looks like a ghost town." "This city is built on top of a giant coral reef. Normally reefs look like colorful rocks where many plants and animals make their homes," Dr. Shellington informed his crew. "This is not at all what I expected. We need to find out what happened here," Captain Barnacles decided. The crew cautiously explored the silent streets of the city. As they passed abandoned buildings and empty houses, they caught glimpses of pale shapes and heard strange creaks and moans. "I'm sure there's a perfectly good scientific explanation for all this," Shellington said nervously. "Did you see that? Did you feel that? Did you hear that?" Eventually, they came upon an old turtle nudging a large rock out on his front door. Noticing the name on the mailbox, Barnacles politely asked, "Excuse me, Mr. Slowstash, could you tell us what happened here?" The turtle slowly looked at the polar bear, up and down. Then he gave a low sigh. "I'm afraid it's a great mystery," Mr. Slowstash began with his tale. "When I first moved here as a young whippersnapper, the reef was famous for its bright colors and seagrass and plenty to eat. As time went by, more and more animals came here to live. They built fancy buildings, theaters, and shops. This place was quite the hot spot. I guess everyone was so busy that no one noticed the coral beneath the city had started turning white and brittle. Bit by bit it spread." The turtle gestured sadly to his own home. "Now even my house is falling over. Nobody knows what caused this. Some say the city is haunted. I'm the last to go. It's just too cold here for my old bones." Dashy patted the turtle's shell and asked, "Is there anything we can do to help?" Mr. Slowstash smiled in appreciation. "Thank you, young lady. I remember a beach from my childhood, just 2 shakes of a turtle's tail from here. I could certainly use a hand moving my rock collection there." The Octonauts packed Mr. Slowstash's belongings onto the Gup A, and the ship took off with a big swoosh. Arriving at the sand dunes of the beach, Barnacles looked around and smiled. It's sure nice and warm. Everyone seems to be enjoying the sun. I forgot how shallow the water is here. The old turtle, like me, needs more shelter. Mr. Slowsash fretted as he tucked into a shell. Let's keep looking. How about this mangrove forest? Dashy asked. The trees give cover to animals and even drop fruit down for food. Shaking his head stubbornly, the turtle persisted. But I don't see any of my favorite seagrass. Luckily, seagrass meadows grow right near the mangroves, Peso announced cheerfully. Look at those happy doggone tending in the fields. The water is so murky here, not clean and clear like my old reef, fussed the turtle. Arr, he sure is picky. I need a vacation from this vacation, Quasi muttered. Flipping his tail in frustration, Slowstash lamoured, I never realized how special my reef was until now. There's no other place quite like it. If we can find you a new home, we'll just have to figure out what's wrong with your old one, Barnacle said confidently. Let's head back and solve this ghost reef mystery. Returning to the city, they found Tweak using Gulp D to prop out a row of tithering buildings. Watch out, the bunny shouted with concern. The city is starting to fall. We need to do something fast. The coral is alive! Just then, Shellington ran up to the crew and exclaimed, Octonauts, while you were away, I discovered something very fascinating. The reef isn't rock at all. It's made up of thousands and thousands of little creatures. Does that mean they're not ghosts? Peso timidly asked. Shellington shook his head and explained, No, but they were cold and hungry. When I was studying the healthy reef outside of town, I learned that each coral has algae inside that give it color and help it make food. Algae are plants, and plants need light, Inkling added. The buildings must be blocking out the sunlight and causing this coral to give up its algae. So that's why the reef is turning white. Octonauts, we have to move these buildings, Barnacle declared. News of the Octonauts' discovery spread quickly, and animals from far and wide returned to help. Together, they lifted off pieces of the city to uncover the coral beneath. Everyone worked to build new homes around the coral, instead of on top. Slowly, the reef became colorful and healthy again. Thank you for solving this mystery. Now I've learned that we need to care for the reef just like it cares for us. The turtle gratefully presented each of the crew with a rock from his prize collection. For all your hard work, Slow Stash added with a wink. The Octonauts laughed, and all agreed this was the greatest reef vacation ever. The end.